Hi, this is Casey Begley. I'm the Bliss Dance Festival Visionary and Creative Director, and this is Bliss Live. It's a Wednesday night, and Monday we had gosh, who did we have on Monday? That seems so long ago, but luckily I have this. Oh, we had Melissa. We had Melissa Morris, and yesterday we had Andrea Spearman, and tonight we have Vanessa Freeman. We are going to go ahead and bring her on. Vanessa, hi.
Casey, hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Fabulous.
I see that I see you have like the pretty stars in the background.
Oh yes, I'm at a friend's so lucked out some in the background. We feel glamorous.
Feeling glamorous. Are we having some internet issues? Is it me or is it Vanessa? Who knows this? Okay, well, I'm gonna try to keep going here. All right, so Vanessa, your piece is called My Reckless Abandon, and your sexual superpower is authenticity within imagination. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, your piece, I was going nuts over, as you know, and because I've told you several times now that I just love your piece. I really, excuse me, I really felt connected to it, and it just drew me in. Can you tell us a little bit about your piece?
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much, Casey, for really, really getting involved with it and enjoying it actually. I really try to aspire to draw people in and whatnot. So thank you for enjoying it as much as I was enjoying creating it. So the piece itself is it's about finding oneself and going deep within and just throwing everything out the window of what we know traditionally, right? And just going for that which what we love, what we dream of, what we aspire to be, and to
Oh,
just keep going with it. And this is actually the beginning of a bigger piece.
what is the bigger piece? I have to ask.
So, the bigger piece itself is going to be, or something I would really, really enjoy doing, is creating a feature length film that is revolving around dance and the emotions that take you from one place of being trapped in one's own limitations and then freeing oneself at the very end. And this happens to many, many people around the world. Things that we
Mhm.
are psychologically conditioned to believe about ourselves and believe about each other, and just basically breaking free of those limitations that we set on ourselves.
Okay,
And
so, oh, I'm sorry. You go on. You go on.
sorry. So yes, all dance is going to be, I'm thinking of making it more of musical dance. So we'll see.
Ooh, let me know if you need a dancer. I mean,
Yes, I
I'm a
need
dancer.
lots of dancers.
So, okay, so the beginning of your piece is it looks like you're trapped in a room and you have tape over your mouth and your hands, your wrists are bound and you're sitting on this chair and you're struggling. And then you step out into a a windowsill, is that right? Or some sort of
It
framing, right? There's some sort of framing.
Yeah, so not out of a windowsill itself, but just basically stepping out onto the beach. And there's where the freedom comes in general. And that freedom itself just leads one into being able to transform into something more empowering, someone more empowering, to be able to create more limitless abundance within this world.
That moment when your feet are stepping onto the sand, I can already feel the release in myself as I'm just watching you do it, seeing your body walking onto the sand and touching the ocean and the water and going onto the floor, and then there's a moment that you smile and you just have me. Your smile is so lit up, it's so radiant. And I mean, of course your dancing is beautiful, but I think it was your smile that really got to me. I felt um, like it was a real authentic smile. How
Well, thanks.
it wasn't, was it planned, or was it just you were just doing your thing?
It was more so of just doing my thing than
Mhm.
anything. So yeah, it was just creating in the moment and seeing where it took me, only because when we're in the beach you get this freedom, this feeling of freedom when you're there. At least I do. And then when I get to dance on the beach at the same time, it's even more freeing for me. I feel like I'm flying almost. So that's something that I would love for everyone to be able to feel at least once in their entire life, if not continue to feel that way. So,
Okay, let's see. I have some other questions for you. Oh,
mhm.
this is one I've been asking everybody. What is your background in dance?
My background in dance, mainly modern and contemporary, some ballet techniques, some hip hop, some jazz, kind of taking stuff from this and that all over the place. I loved taking African dance classes. Let me see here. Any sort of Indian dance classes like belly dance, or I think it was Kaveri. She taught us a little bit of Bharatanatyam at one point. Had the honor of being able to dance with her for a little bit in one of her pieces, and really enjoyed what she gave to us for choreography.
Mhm.
Any kind of dance, you name it, I've probably tried it, or at least have wanted to try it and learn some. So
I mean, isn't that kind of a dancer's goal, is to learn all the dances, to feel all the dances
yeah,
inside us? I mean, that would be amazing, right?
yeah, I think so.
The end of your dance. I know I was talking about this and I asked you this during the Q&A at the festival. The end of the dance, can you tell us again what that was about? I mean, you're wearing that white costume from
Mhm,
last year's Bliss Dance Festival.
mhm.
And can you tell us a little bit how that connects?
So, this particular piece, My Reckless Abandon, was actually meant to be the precursor to the piece from last year, which was Imrama. And Imrama was a journey within oneself to find sexuality and enjoy oneself, and then being able to empower oneself through that. And that transformation takes you into the journey through that self journey
Right.
within. And that's going to be a big component of the big feature film that I want to do. But I don't want it to be a solo. I want it to be multiple dancers, many dancers involved in this project, um, including acrobatic style stuff, hanging off of buildings and such, and yeah, doing some really cool flying stuff if we can. It's a
Will
dream.
you, will you be doing that here in the Bay Area, or do you think you'll do that in LA, or where will you be, do you think, when you work on this piece?
When I work on this piece, I am uncertain exactly where. There might be multiple locations. I have to go and figure out where the locations are going to be first. There are a couple of areas in San Francisco I would love to work with. There are some rooftop areas that I've seen online in LA that I would really like to work on. That's part of the transformation portion of the piece. So yeah,
That's
probably
so
multiple
exciting.
areas.
Yeah. Okay, so your sexual superpower, we have to
Mhm.
talk about this, is
Okay.
authenticity with an imagination. So, what does that mean, Vanessa? Tell me about your authentic imagination.
Well, authentic imagination within sexual stuff. Okay. Let's see here. Just being real, knowing what I want, being imaginative. This can be within the bedroom. It can be within, just knowing in the moment in your mind what it is that you want and being able to express oneself, what you want, what you desire. All of these things also translate to other things within our lives as well. So it can start, it can go into the bedroom though.
Would you say you have a very good imagination?
Yes, that I do.
Yeah. I figured from the pieces I've seen from your work, it seems like you have this strong vision. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the beginning of your piece, you're sitting in that room in that chair, and you have this lighting, and it's almost like a spot. What kind of
Mm-hmm.
lighting did you use?
Just a couple of lamps I had at home. And they worked really well. I got them from IKEA, like, I don't know, probably like
Mm-hmm.
6 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that. And they're just one of those little like bendy lights and bendy desk lamps. And I ended
Mm-hmm.
up using that. And yeah, they work really well for that and for any other lighting that I've been able to do since um, lighting in general, professional lighting is pretty expensive.
It
So,
is.
when you're working with a budget, you work with what you got.
I mean, so we were not going to special studios, or we're keeping our
Mhm.
distance. So we're really having
Yep.
to get creative here. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Most definitely. No
Uh-huh.
space to
Yes.
listen.
Let's see. Okay, so can we go back to the ending of your piece? So it's you said it's a precursor to last year's piece. So you go into the water and you come out, and that music is so yummy. I love it. It just like drops down. It makes me really focus on you, and the visual of you coming out of the water like that. It's enticing. What was the intention of that part?
To look like a badass, basically.
I mean, it worked. You were such a badass. I mean, you are a badass.
I mean, right? No.
Oh my gosh. So then connecting it to last year's, and
Mhm.
we need to let our viewers know that last year's piece was in that white unitard, and you were rolling around in the mud pretty much, and I know that was the dress rehearsal, the tech rehearsal. um and and I was tell this to everyone, I loved that tech rehearsal even more than the actual festival night because of all the mud and the wetness and watching you get it all over your white unitard and just the way you were touching it. It was just amazing. And so it's just interesting to like go from like going into the ocean, coming out wet, and then going into Truth is Beauty, the location in San Leandro with that gorgeous sculpture, that 55-foot sculpture by Marco Cochran, and having almost like a ceremony, a ritualistic ceremony of your sexuality, of bringing out your sexuality. At least that's what I took from it. And I don't even know what I'm asking you. I'm just talking.
I like that you're talking.
I'm not sure what's happening here. Is there oh, go ahead, Vanessa.
So yeah, it was basically a ritual of sexuality, of sexual desire, of sexual pleasure, being able to go within that imaginative state and your authentic state to really be able to get to that point of where we need to be, for, of course, release and and connecting with oneself or connecting with others. That's just how it is whenever you're in some sort of like a sexual connection sort of thing, an intimate connection. And yes, I agree with you. I liked the tech run much more than the actual performance, since I got wet and dirty.
You did. It was so good.
Yeah, it was really cool. I mean, I don't think that white unitard could have been any more see-through. It was fun for sure. I really enjoyed that performance, and I do miss being able to have that sort of ritual itself, and that ritual is definitely stemming or coming out of the water from this last piece, My Reckless Abandon. That is going to transition then into Imrama, and it being more on the ritual and the sexual desire, sexual pleasure, that sort of thing. But yes, again, need more dancers and all of that. And
do you think that your sexual superpower is authenticity within imagination, and do you think that is something rare to come by for women?
authenticity within imagination, yes. I think, to be quite honest, I believe, after a lot of things that I've read, and I was kind of surprised, but then after some of the research I've done and whatnot, knowing about different women's stories and everything, that it is really challenging for people to find authenticity within imagination, because of being able to be comfortable with oneself, with all of the sexual oppression that's been put on women for centuries. Or yeah, I mean, there are a lot of women out there who have a hard time with having orgasms even, and I mean, I have not ever really had too much of an issue with that, but but
high five. Yes.
Yeah, boom. I hope you haven't either. I mean, that kind of sounded like you were celebrating that too. No issues there.
I'm good.
Okay, hey. But yeah, I've heard of several women out there who do have struggle. Struggle with having an orgasm, or or with feeling confident with, you know, self-pleasuring and or feeling confident just with oneself and feeling sexually desirable by anyone. And and yeah, there's a huge thing going on out there in order um, for women to be able to, sorry, for women to be able to get there. I don't know how to explain it really,
I
but
mean, I
just the
think you're right.
oppression in
Right.
general.
Right. I
Yeah.
agree. I think it's the oppression and it's the stigma behind being a sexual
Hmm.
woman is um, so unrealistic and
Hmm.
false. It's not true to who we are as humans and as
Hmm.
women. Um, yeah, so it's unfortunate.
It
And
is.
sometimes it takes a couple decades to get to enjoy our pleasure, right?
Hmm.
And to accept that pleasure is good, not just okay. It's not just okay, but it's good and it's our right. And we should have
Right.
that pleasure, right?
Right.
I feel like
And I
this.
believe, sorry.
No, no, you go ahead, Vanessa.
And I believe that women should also be, it is our right to be able to feel sexy, to be able to go out there as women, not as girls, as women, to be able to go out there and express themselves sexually, be able to dress in a sexy way for how they feel, you know, as long
Mm-hmm.
as it's an acceptable environment, of course, but yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be a thing of um, any sort of negative stigma about the way a woman dresses because she's showing too much cleavage or because she wanted to wear a short skirt or short shorts or, you know, show her midriff at whatever age or whatever size, shape. Every woman has the right, every person has the right to be sexually desirable.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And it's most, I mean, I think that it's often that it's the whatever is a faux pas, like whatever is not okay in society, whatever society decides is taboo becomes something more desirable or something that we want to explore more because we're not allowed to
mhm.
do. Um, yeah, it's just too much shame, right? It's a
Yes,
shame
yes.
that we have shame. Yes.
It sure
I'm
is.
wondering I'm wondering is we only have a few more minutes left and if anyone has
Mhm.
comments or questions out there, we'd love to hear from you. I'm looking over here to see are there any? There are no comments. Just
Oh.
like hello. um while I'm waiting, but we don't have that much time. I have a question
Yes.
about your choreography again. There is a part in the beginning where you scream. It's a
Hmm.
silent scream. Was it
Hmm.
really silent or was it a real scream?
It was really silent.
It was silent?
Hmm.
Oh my gosh, I thought it was for real. I thought for sure
Really?
that that's a real scream. Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
thanks. I'm glad I was able to emote fairly well on screen.
We have some comments. Let's see. Oh, there are no
Oh, yay.
comments. There are no
Oh,
comments.
darn.
It was
Okay.
just it's Hannah. She's like saying, if you have questions, feel free to type them out. Yes, it would be fun. I got excited. Is there anything
Oh.
else that you want to say regarding your piece or a message you want to say about women's sexuality or your sexuality or the celebration of the expression of women's sexuality? Is there anything that you want to say about that?
Anything I want to say about all of
Yeah.
that? Um,
or one thing.
I would think, I would like to say, be free, be who you are. Take a moment to investigate who that is within you. Take a moment to investigate what you truly desire sexually, who you truly desire sexually, and explore that. And no fear behind it. Just go for it. That's it.
Just go for it. No fear, like the
Just go for
t-shirts,
it.
right? No fear. Thank you,
No fear.
Vanessa,
Yeah.
so much. Thank you for coming
Thank you,
out and talking
Casey.
with us and being with
Yes.
Bliss Live and sharing with all of our viewers. And I'll see you next time. Thank you, Vanessa.
Yeah. Thank you, Casey.
Mhm.
Bye.
Bye. That was great. Oh, so good to have Vanessa Freeman here. I just want to say thank you to all of you for watching tonight. And we will be back tomorrow with Nikki Renojo. Yes. So we're going to have a little fun with Nikki. I can't wait to have her with us. And yeah, let's get ready. We're getting close to the weekend, right? So cheers to everybody.